Hey everybody, welcome to Mediterranean Living's holiday recipe extravaganza. And my name is Bill Bradley. I'm a registered dietitian. I'm the creator of Mediterranean Living. And this is Winter, and Winter is the head of almost everything else. He's the marketing guy. Honestly, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have a YouTube channel like we do at all, because he is the mastermind, the editor, the director, the creator. So today we are going to be making 3 delicious recipes. And the thing about cooking for the holidays is that, you know, we don't really want or say, you know, that or want to tell you that you shouldn't be eating what you're already eating for the holidays. So you can still, like if you're at Thanksgiving, still have the turkey and the mashed potatoes and the cranberry sauce and all that good stuff. But what I like to do is to add things all around it that are really healthy, including like appetizers. Appetizers is a great place where you can easily eat healthier foods. And we are going to be making, for example, a whipped feta today. And these are all recipes from our holiday recipes ebook, which you can get absolutely for free. And Winter's going to share the link to that.
Yeah, it's in the description box of the video.
Okay, it's in the description box of the video. And also, we just wanted to tell you quickly about our Mediterranean Diet Portal. We have over 800 people that are members of our community. And in this portal that we have like 10-week meal plans or 10-week programs, like a weight management program, everything you need to learn on how to eat the Mediterranean diet program, a 30-day clean eating program. And you can join. And it also has meal plans and recipes and all kinds of webinars, lots of wonderful stuff. And we'll tell you more about that as we go today. But the first recipe that we're going to make, because it takes a little bit longer, I want to get it into the oven, is a roasted pumpkin with blue cheese and walnuts. Now this is a great side dish. Maybe you'd have it instead of the like the sweet potatoes that have the marshmallows on top. You know, pumpkins are easy to get this time of year. And what we're going to do when we're roasting anything in the oven, the other great thing is when you're roasting food, it makes it super easy, because all you have to do is do an initial prep and then you roast it and you're done. So I'm just adding some olive oil, just mix it all up, make sure you get both sides. This is pumpkin that I've already cut. You could use any kind of squash. You could use like a butternut squash, would be really great with this. Acorn, delicata would be awesome. So it doesn't have to, really any squash you can get, just, you know, if you can't get a pumpkin. And the great thing about squashes, especially these bright colored ones, is they're full of really great antioxidants and vitamins. And this is something that's really important that you get this time of year, because usually because we're not eating as well during the holidays, our immune systems get suppressed. And when that happens, we're more likely to get sick, to get flu and cold, and you know, just get sick in general. And so this is going to help with that, eating healthy food. So we're going to add some salt to the top of this. And if you have any questions as we go, Winter is on the chat. Also, if you want right now, tell us where you're from. I know that we already have somebody from Portugal. Where else do we have people that are from?
We have people from all over. Vancouver, Michigan, Tucson, Washington State, Montana, Ohio, upstate New York, another from Montana, Michigan, Arkansas, England, Virginia.
Nice.
Austin, Texas, and then Lake Geneva, which is that in Switzerland? Or
Geneva, well, Geneva's in Switzerland. I don't know where.
And West Virginia, Arizona.
Awesome.
So that's a pretty good spread.
That is great.
Florida, Montana, Alabama, Connecticut. Yeah. North Carolina, New York, East Tennessee, Texas.
Wow. Well, welcome everyone. One of the great things about the Mediterranean diet is that it's really attracts people from all over the world. It's an international diet anyways, because the Mediterranean is very international. I just put some fresh thyme on the pumpkin, and I'm going to add just a little bit more olive oil, and then we're going to roast it. I put salt and pepper on, and then once it's roasted, mostly roasted, we're going to add 2 more ingredients that are going to make it absolutely delicious. And but again, super easy. The last 2 steps, maybe a minute. The hardest part of the roasted pumpkin recipe is just cutting the pumpkin. So everything else is really, really easy. Now, one thing that we often don't think of making during the holidays, because it's really based in, you know, like kind of heavier foods like meat and potatoes and things like that, is a really good salad. And most people probably don't think of kale as being something that is going to be a delicious salad. Now, my father-in-law, he hates kale. He hates it. And I made him this salad, and he went back for thirds. He said it was one of the best salads he ever had. And I have to agree, this salad is really, really delicious. And even if you think you don't like kale, I think you're really going to like it. So you're going to start by chopping up the kale into bite-sized pieces. And the kale, one way to do this really easily is you can buy it already chopped, which is what I did. And you save yourself a lot of time, because we don't have a lot of time during the holidays. And so it's important to do whatever you can to save time. That's why we're doing 3 really easy recipes that won't take you too much time today.
So what's the oven temp and time?
The pumpkin is going to cook at 400 degrees, and it's like 25 to 30 minutes. You just want the pumpkin to be soft, and one way to do that is to cut them thinner. But the way I have it cut, it's probably going to be about 25 minutes. So one of the things about kale, wild edible greens are a great thing to eat during the holidays. They're low in calories and they're full of nutrients, and they're also, because they're bitter greens, they're really, really good for your digestion, which is important during the holidays. But when you add to this, you want to add things that are super flavorful, because kale by itself doesn't taste all that good if you're just eating raw kale. But when we add what we're going to add, it's going to be absolutely delicious. So to begin with, we're going to start with some orange, and we're going to actually add 2 whole oranges to this, which is going to add a lot of sweetness and also vitamin C.
So we had a quick question from Kathleen Monroe. What is the maximum heat to use olive oil versus avocado oil? I can do a quick search.
No, that's okay. So the interesting thing about olive oil is that a lot of people think that you can't cook at high heats with it, and that is absolutely not true. That's been disproven, and actually what they have found is that olive oil is really the best oil to cook with at high heats. And they've even shown that, like, even cooking above the smoking point, you don't lose a lot of the health benefits of extra virgin olive oil. But what I recommend is frying with it between basically up until the temperature where it's going to start to smoke. There's about a 50-degree difference, so you have a lot of area where you can fry without it being a problem as far as smoking. But avocado oil, you can cook at somewhat high temperature, but it tends to break down more. So it's something that you don't want necessarily to cook with. But olive oil is really, really good to cook with. So different than what you've probably heard, but again, these were studies that have come out in the last few years. So once we add the oranges, we would add pomegranate seeds. And as a funny story, we ordered some pomegranate seeds and they did not arrive. So you have to imagine pomegranate seeds, but you really, really want to have pomegranate seeds because they give it a nice, sweet, chewy crunch. And then we're going to add goat cheese, and we'll just chunk that up, crumble it up like that. And then we're going to add walnuts. And walnuts, again, we're adding a lot of nutrition here. And this is going to add omega-3s and healthy proteins and fiber. One of the things that happens a lot during the holidays is we stop eating as much fiber. And if we're not eating foods that have fiber in it, often we're eating foods that are either highly processed or lots of meat. And the problem with that during the holidays is that most people gain 1 to 2 pounds every year during the holidays. And the problem is that people don't usually lose that weight after the holidays. They just keep that weight on. And year after year, it starts to add up. And so the real magic of not gaining weight during the holidays is you're usually not going to gain weight the rest of the year. And so this is another reason why it's really important to try to eat more fiber foods, more plant-based foods during the holidays.
A couple comments and questions. The comments are that a few people here tonight have made this salad recently and they love it.
Awesome.
Someone said, Joanna said, it's so good and it's even better the next day, which is pretty awesome. And then another question about the temperature limit for olive oil and whether or not you can get pomegranate seeds by themselves.
Okay, so pomegranate seeds, this is the time of year when you can usually get pomegranate seeds by themselves. You have to find the store that would have it. I know like where we are, Whole Foods has just little containers of pomegranate seeds, but also like even Stop and Shop where we are, which is a chain around here, they usually have it. So usually you can get just pomegranate seeds without having to get the pomegranate and taking the seeds out. It makes it a lot easier. So I'm going to make the dressing. I'm using olive oil. And for the people that are asking about the recipes, in the chat, or not in the chat, in the subject box down below, in the description box below, where you're watching, there's a link where you can get our free Healthy Holiday Recipes ebook. And all of these recipes and 17 more recipes are in there. Okay, so we have olive oil. We're adding red wine vinegar. We're going to add some Dijon mustard. Grab a spoon. So for me, the real goal around the holidays and weight is not to lose weight, but just to maintain my weight. I'm adding Dijon mustard. And then, as long as you can maintain your weight throughout this time of year, you're usually good for the rest of the year. I'm going to add chia seeds to this, which is going to thicken it up.
Marcy was wondering, can feta be used in place of blue cheese?
Yes. Yes. Feta can absolutely be used. This is for the pumpkin recipe. Yes. It's really, you want anything that's going to melt. Feta doesn't usually melt quite as well, but it'll still melt. And so you might need to leave it in just a little bit longer. So I'm making the dressing for the kale salad. And one of the things I'm adding is pomegranate syrup or pomegranate molasses. And this is, again, going to add a nice flavor that you're not normally going to get, but it's also going to add some sweetness to it. And it makes for, again, a sweeter salad, which counteracts the kind of bitterness of the kale. Okay, so I forgot to mention that we're going to do a couple of giveaways, and I'm going to check to see if Winter is ready for a giveaway.
Yeah, definitely.
He's doing a lot here.
Oh, no, this is a good time.
Look how nice and thick this dressing is. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to add that, and what I would recommend doing is letting this sit for at least a half an hour, and the kale is going to get less tough, and the flavors are really going to go into the kale, and it'll make a really delicious salad that will be a great side for your Thanksgiving or your other holiday meals. Okay, so we're going to give away two things, but the first is, well, the second is a 3-liter tin of our favorite olive oil, Terra Creta. But first, we're going to give away one of my cookbooks that I wrote with Kula Varadakis, Foods of Crete, Traditional Recipes from the Healthiest People in the World. And this is over 110 Mediterranean recipes that Kula basically wrote down for me many years ago, and that we turned into this cookbook. These are her traditional family cookbooks, or traditional family recipes that are from the healthiest place in the world, from the Greek island of Crete. So,
I'll hold it up to that camera so that you
sure.
can see.
Yep, there we go.
Ta-da.
Ta-da!
All right.
Okay,
Cool.
and
So, you want me to run the raffle?
run the raffle.
All right, everybody, it's raffle time. So for your chance to win the Foods of Crete ebook, all you need to do is put a number in the chat between 1 and 100, and we're gonna spin a magic wheel, and the first person who's closest to the magic number will win the cookbook. I'll put an email in the chat box that you'll reach out to after the class, and that way you can claim your prize. So, everybody put a number in the chat from 1 to 100.
Oh yeah.
I apologize if it's difficult to hear my microphone. I'm gonna try putting it closer.
So you want to put, what should I say it?
Seems like people are understanding.
Okay.
But I'm just trying. I'll put it a little bit closer. Hopefully, people can hear me a bit better. Maybe I just need to project.
I think you're projecting pretty well.
All right. Good. Good. All right. Awesome. See numbers coming in. All right. Let's give it 10 more seconds. All right. Let's spin. Okay, the magic number tonight is 24. 24 being the magic number. Let's see if we had any 24s. I see a 23, Blue Aggie. Any 24s? I see another 23. All right, Blue Aggie, you are the winner. Congratulations.
Did you say there were two 23s?
There were two 23s.
Is that the winner?
Well, I said the very first person, but if you want to give away 2 books.
We'll give away 2 books, so
Okay.
the two 23s will both win a book.
Blue Aggie and who's the other 23? I just saw you. And Nancy Welch Ryan. Awesome. So I'm just gonna put an email in the chat that you guys can reach out to you after the class, and we will get those books sent out to you.
Oh, and we forgot to say the part about if you're from another country, we need to send you an ebook, just because it actually costs more even to Canada to send our book than the book costs itself. But we will send you an ebook if you're from another country. Sorry, we didn't mention that first. So the squash, you want to cook until it's nice and soft. It's not quite soft enough yet, so we're going to keep that in the oven. Keep that cooking.
While
Okay.
Bill's entering that into the oven, does everyone want to put their favorite holiday food in the chat? Curious what people are going to say.
Favorite holiday food?
Oh, and I guess my sound is better now. Thanks,
Okay.
Linda, for bringing that up. Perfect.
I think, I'm trying to think what my favorite holiday food is. I think it's probably mashed potatoes. I know it's simple, but it's good. So when we're talking about healthy holiday eating and staying healthy throughout the holidays and also keeping your weight level through the holidays, one of the big recommendations is just to eat more plants, eat more fruit, eat more vegetables. Another one is to go back, like if you're eating Thanksgiving the next day, maybe you have leftovers the next day, but after that, go back to your healthy way of eating, if you're eating healthy generally. That way, you're not going to end up, just eating constantly heavier foods, because Thanksgiving is great, but you don't want to have Thanksgiving every single day. Okay, so the next thing we're going to make is another one of my favorite dips, and this is whipped feta. And this is another one, as long as you have a food processor, it's really easy and really quick. So we're going to start with 4 scallions, 4 green onions. We don't have to chop anything up in a huge way, because we're going to put it all in the food processor. So I'll put that in.
Got a lot of answers in here about the favorite holiday foods.
All right.
List some of them off.
Yeah. Which one do you think
Pecan
is?
pie, turkey, dressing and gravy, stuffing, rutabaga, turkey, stuffing, pumpkin pie, stuffing, sweet potatoes, pumpkin pie, sweet potato casserole, deviled egg, stuffing, pumpkin pie, stuffing, roast potatoes, pumpkin pie, turkey, sweet potato casserole. So there's kind of like it's like stuffing, sweet potato or pumpkin something, and then turkey. Kind of seems like the...
Yeah, it seems like those are definitely the pumpkin pie. Another one of my favorites, super delicious. What's your favorite?
I put pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie, okay.
Like homemade pumpkin pie.
Homemade pumpkin pie, yeah. I'm usually so stuffed by the time dessert comes that I don't really enjoy the dessert. It would be better if like the dessert was the next day for breakfast. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, but okay. So I added the scallions to a food processor, and now we're going to add some extra virgin olive oil to that. And
a question come in.
Yep.
When on the weight loss program in our membership portal, do the recipes state how much a serving is? I tend to overeat due to anxiety. Eating makes me happy.
Eating makes me happy too. I get it. As I was just writing this the other day, because I'm working on a new book that actually should be, the ebook version should be out in a couple of weeks, How to Start the Mediterranean Diet. And I am a happy eater, depressed eater, stress eater, celebration eater. Like, I just love eating all the time, which used to be a real problem for me, and why I had gained 50 pounds. But then I kind of learned, like, first of all, eating better foods and also dealing with my emotions. But what was the question? I lost.
The question is, do the recipes state how much
Oh,
a serving
yes.
is in the weight loss program?
They don't they say how many servings are in each recipe, but they don't have the exact serving sizes. And one of the reasons for that, it's the same reason that I don't like to focus on calories. It is important that you pay attention, like if you're really starting in your first couple of weeks of the weight loss program, that you really like cut up everything into the serving sizes, so that like if you were making like a salad, that you would eat a quarter of it if it was 4 servings. But the idea really is to eat until you're full, but not overly full. We talk about that it's okay to be hungry and it's okay to be mildly hungry throughout the day. And something that you actually, a mild hunger is better for your health than being full all the time, but it's also good for your energy levels. And so it's more important that you pay attention to how full you feel and eat slow so you get full over time. Then really super paying attention to how much serving am I going to have. Although, like I said, first couple of weeks, it is good to do that. I'm going to add fresh dill to this, and I'm also adding 1 clove of garlic. The great thing with any of these recipes is, if there's something you don't like, you can always either take it out or use less of it. We have some recipes, some dips that use 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, and that's the traditional way, but you can just use 1 if you want. So we're adding 1 clove of garlic, and then the juice of 1 lemon. This is my latest and favorite new tool. It seems so simple, but having this tool, I just feel like I love using lemons now. It just squeezes all the lemon out, and it's super easy to use.
You ready for a couple questions?
Questions, yes.
All right. Do you have a recipe for whole grain sourdough bread? And can you use dried dill instead of fresh? And that's it.
Okay. So I don't have my own sourdough bread recipe. The one that most people use that they say they really like is the New York Times sourdough recipe. There's the recipe that you make in a Dutch oven. And Jerry, who works with us, he makes a lot of baguettes. And it's a very simple recipe, but I don't have one particular recipe. So let me just say, before I answer the next question, you want to process the ingredients, the dill and the garlic and the onions before you add the cheese. And then you want to just make sure you don't have any chunks. You can scrape the sides. So the other question about the dill, absolutely you can use dried dill instead of fresh dill. If you don't like dill, you could use other spices and herbs for this. This would be great with oregano, thyme, mint, like a mint with feta would be really awesome. Okay.
The blender noise might have got over that.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
All right. Well, what I was saying was I think dill is something that, first of all, you can use dill, dried dill. I'm going to add feta to this, a couple of cups of feta. Again, the recipes you can find in our book. And cream cheese.
Harry was wondering if you had any recommendations to best track a 1,400 calorie a day authentic Mediterranean lifestyle.
A way to track. Well, again, I would just emphasize again that I wouldn't focus as much on calories and more on hunger levels. But if you really wanted to follow it exactly, I mean, in our weight loss plan, we have 1,600 calories. Again, trying not to focus on calories, and you can easily turn that into a 1,400 calorie. But if you're tracking, my fitness plan, the Nike tracker, I think is the best way, the best tracker I've seen, because it has not only regular foods in it, but it has like anything that you could think of. Even like local restaurants near us, you can find the calories, like somebody's figured it out and put it on there. So that's probably the best way to actually track it from my experience. Okay, I'm gonna just puree this again. Oh. Okay, nice and creamy. You want to make sure that everything is mixed up well, but this is definitely ready. And this is a great dip for a party. And it's going to last a while, so even if you don't use it at all at the party, you can use it at other times. So we are going to put this on a veggie bowl. Now, a lot of times with a dip, you're going to see crackers and bread and all of that. But on a holiday, you're really getting enough crackers and bread and all of that elsewhere. So why not be the one who brings the healthy vegetables? So we're going to put that in here.
Nina was wondering if we would develop an app for our program. And I said we have talked about that.
Yeah, we've talked about doing an app in the past. You are able to use our programs on your phone, but we don't have it as an app yet. We would like to do it, but that's a big process. I know a few people that are creating apps right now, and it's a lot of time to create it, and yeah, and a lot of money. Okay, I'm gonna just drizzle a little olive oil on top, and there you have a delicious whipped feta with vegetables. All right, now the last thing, and don't forget, we're going to give away the olive oil. Oh yeah, should be ready now. Okay, so there's one last step to this. I'll put this right here and show you. So the pumpkin is soft now, but the last step is we're taking blue cheese and we're going to just crumble it right on. Technical difficulties, I guess. All right. This is a gorgonzola. I think I'm actually going to cut it and put it on. This is a little less crumbly. So what you want to do is have a couple pieces on each slice of squash. Any more questions to answer?
Yes, totally. Couple of comments. The dip looks amazing. I will make it for my holiday party. I love the channel. Marcy commented that they found a website called the Chronometer, which tracks calories based on the calories. That's great. And then Jim asked the question, I'm trying to stay heart healthy, have one stroke, one heart attack, and diabetic. Are these recipes acceptable for my condition for holiday eating?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you want to, when you're eating holiday food and you have, heart issues, things like that, you want to try to, again, be eating a lot of plant foods and less of the highly saturated fats. Now, there is some cheese in each of these. Of course, the whipped feta is mostly cheese. But feta cheese actually has less saturated fat than like a blue cheese does. But the other thing is, like, we're using just a little bit of blue cheese, and so it should be fine to have a small amount. So, and we're also adding walnuts to this. Usually I would crush or chop these up more, but just for time's sake, I'm going to just put them on like this, because we want to finish up. We're going to do our next raffle in 1 second. So as I said before, we are coming out with a How to Start the Mediterranean Diet bundle. And what that means is it's not just an ebook, and it's soon going to be a book, a print book, but we're also going to be having it'll include a 6-week webinar, a cooking webinar where you learn all about starting the Mediterranean diet. Okay, so now we put this back in just long enough for the blue cheese to melt, and then that is ready.
Thank you, sir. Don asked, what are good alternatives to salmon?
To salmon. Okay, so the main reasons that you want to eat salmon is that you want to get omega-3 fats. And salmon is very high in omega-3 fats, but you can also get omega-3s from walnuts, from the chia seeds. Like this is actually fairly high, this salad, because it has chia seeds in the dressing, it has walnuts, and greens have some omega-3s in them as well. But as far as fish, if you're looking for substitutes, haddock, herring, halibut, albacore tuna, like even albacore tuna in a can has a lot of omega-3s and is good for you. It's also a really great protein source, so it's a good thing to be eating for protein. So there's definitely other things you can eat instead of salmon to get your omega-3s. All right, other questions?
Frank asked, will the cooking webinar, the How to Start webinar, be on the portal? And I said that it will go directly on the portal, so if you're already a member,
yes,
you'll just get access to that.
So when we were talking about the Mediterranean Diet Portal that has all the 10-week programs and the 30-day clean eating program, basically it's a year of everything that we do. And so you get meal plans and recipes and like new recipes and all our new webinars. And in this case, the How to Start Mediterranean, not only are you going to get the webinar for free if you're in the portal, but you'll get the ebook as well. You won't get the print book, but that'll be a little bit extra. But if you're in the portal, in the next couple of weeks, you're going to get the webinar and the ebook. And if you want to join the portal, it's $99 for a year. And Winter can share information about that as well. So we have the salad, we have the whipped feta. You could really have this be a holiday meal. Have a really good salad, have whipped feta. You might have some olives and some nice sourdough whole grain bread. Put that up there. And then if you had the pumpkin with the blue cheese on it. Like this is totally a great side dishes, but also could be a meal in itself. Okay, so Winter and I 2 years ago now, went to the island of Crete, where my cookbook is from, and we visited this olive oil company. And we found them to be really amazing. You can get this on Amazon. It's really good olive oil, and we want to give away one right now. So, Winter, you want to?
Yeah.
And then we'll just let this melt, and we'll have everything ready.
So right now I'm just adding a link to this olive oil so you can check it out in case you don't win the raffle and you want to purchase it. It is really our favorite olive oil. That's what I buy and bring to my house too. So it's just super lovely. But we're gonna do another raffle. Again, just put a number in the chat between 1 and 100 for your chance to win. Just one guess per person, please. And if you've already won, we just ask that you don't enter into the raffle again, just to give everybody a fair chance at winning. So,
And just for this one, we definitely has to be in the U.S.
all right, yeah, totally.
But if
US
you
only.
do the raffle and you actually win and you're not from the U.S., then we can send you a Foods of Crete ebook at least. So.
All right,
Okay.
just get these guesses in the chat. All right, lots of guesses coming in. All right, and let's spin. Last call for guesses. Okay, the magic number tonight is 21 for the olive oil. Let's see who put 21 in the chat and was first to guess it. Not seeing any 21s yet. I do see a 22 though. Erica, you might be the closest with 22. Are there any 20s? Sorry, I just want to make sure I get this right so nobody feels cheated. Yeah, it looks like Erica,
Congratulations.
you're the winner. Congratulations. Put the email in the chat that you'll need to reach out to. And yeah, back over to you, Bill.
All right. Well, I took out the pumpkin with the walnuts and the blue cheese, and you can see it's all melted nicely on here. This is a super delicious side dish. And you may have noticed that we chose 3 recipes that had cheese in it. And in the recipe book, the Healthy Holiday recipe book, there's lots of recipes that don't have cheese in it. I actually kind of did this and I didn't think that they all had cheese, but I noticed it now. But these are all really super good recipes for side dishes or for appetizers. Any more questions?
Yeah, there is one question about the portal. My year is soon to end. Is there a renewal discount?
Oh, that's a good question. We haven't actually talked about that yet, so we'll have to figure that out. You'll know if there is one. We don't know yet. Good question, though.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I hope that you enjoyed learning about how to make these different delicious meals or side dishes. And check out, if you just go to the landing page on the membership portal, you can find out about all the things that we do. And stay tuned to learn more about the new How to Start the Mediterranean Diet ebook and print book and webinar that will be coming out in the next few weeks. So any last thoughts over here?
Last thoughts from me? No, just more questions coming in.
Okay, we'll answer like 3 more questions. How's that?
All right. First one is, do you have a recipe for this bread?
No. People are asking about the bread. We'll come up with a sourdough recipe. I bought this at Whole Foods. Luckily, where we live, they have a lot of local sourdough bakeries where I would normally get my bread. I just didn't have time this time, but if you can find a local sourdough bakery, that's the best kind of bread. And it's the best kind for your blood sugars, your glycemic index, and I think it's probably one of the best for your health in general. So we will get one, I promise.
The next question is, what can I use instead of a food processor?
For the whipped feta, you could use probably you could use a blender. You might have to push it down a lot as you're going, but a blender would definitely work. You could use NutriBullet. You could, if you chop things really well, not use any of those and just chop everything and just mix it all in a bowl. Like you could start, like mix it with a good hard spoon, and that would be fine as well. It would whip up nicely too.
And the last question I'm seeing is, if you renew your portal subscription, do you get the 3 programs again?
Yes. Yes, if you're renewing the portal, you can use those programs over and over again for another year. And like I said, there will be a lot of new things in there. We're also working on a weight loss book with new recipes, and we're working on a lot of new recipes. So yes, you can use all of those programs again, plus you get to get all of our new stuff as well.
All right, there's one more question. I just feel like this has to be
Okay,
answered. It's so
okay.
funny. Is there a raffle where we can win a visit from Bill in our home kitchen to cook for us?
Well, it's funny that you say that because we've actually thought about that. So maybe there will be one soon. So, well, I hope you enjoyed our time together. It was totally fun making this for all of you, and it smells really good. Winter and I, my wife and my daughter are coming over. We're all gonna have a delicious feast right now. And I hope your holidays are really, really amazing and full of love. And as I always say, live with purpose, love with abandon, and eat with passion. I'll see you next time. And thanks to Winter, too.
Thank you, everybody.